we almost finished this thing. We have started it, so we must finish it. Okay. So yeah, my network issues, but I'm back and I'm just going to continue. I'll not waste time. Okay. You can. I'll save the videos. The videos will be saved. Go back to watch them. You know. So moving on. Okay. So I've just explained this is the bodies, okay, and I've explained this on the other tutorial, and where I was, or where I was going to say, the connecting. So I said you will connect this together like this, okay. So you see me connect it this way, then connect it this way, connect it this way. So for me, I said I didn't want the opening to be on my exact first point, and I didn't want the opening to be on my under bust, which is somewhere here. So I don't want it to be here. I don't want it to be here. I want it to be like somewhere around here, okay? Yeah, something like that. So that was what I did, and then to get this line, I used the round I use the round back neck. I hope you understand what I mean. So the width of the neck, well, both front and back, is 3 inches. So for the back, the depth is 1 inch. I used 1 inch. So I just connected like this and then placed my tape rule. That was how I got here. Okay, when you watch the video, you see. Let me just move on quickly. So the next thing we're going to do quickly now is here, this point. I said around here, you 2 inches is too small. It should be from 3 inches and above, okay? But it is advisable to use, except if, like I said, if you're doing it for the purpose of fashion, you just want to do something creative or extravagant, okay, or exclusive, something like that, then you can go on and extend it, all right? But 2 inches is too small. It's going to look so childish and like a child's play. It's just going to look like a child's play. So moving on, I hope you can hear me. Okay. So yeah, moving on, I'm going to use 3 inches, like I said. I'm going to use 3 inches, and from this point now, I'm going to get 3 inches as well. I'm going to get 3 inches as well, and then go up by 3.5. That's what I want to do here. Go up by 3.5. I'll go up by 3.5. So some people usually used to do like the exact, like to align it this way, but I like a slope. I like a slope. So I'll just connect it this way, okay? I'll just connect it this way. So the next thing I'm going to do is no more using my straight ruler, using the curved ruler. I'm going to place it this way. Either I place it this way or I place it this way. It just depends on what you're looking for, how you want this point to be like, okay? If you want here to look big, and then this point tiny, eventually this place will be tiny, but it just depends on how wide, or the shape you want this side to look like, okay? But let's use the shape that we have in the video, so which is this way, okay? So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm now going to connect like this. So I'm going to connect like this, okay? Sorry, I'm gonna connect like this, okay? So this is basically the shock collar, right? This is the extension for my back, and then this is for the front. This is basically what it is. Like I said I made mine unfold, but honestly speaking, it's just for the purpose of illustration. You don't need to do that. You don't need to do that. So this is basically the shock collar. This is basically the roll collar, or the shock collar. It's called roll collar or shock collar, which is an extension from the back, the extension from the back to the front, okay? My neighbor don't on gen, so if you don't understand that, what I said is my neighbor has turned on their gen. So please let me see if I can close it, but I am sure you can still hear me. Let's manage, please. This is Nigeria. Welcome to Lagos, Nigeria. All right, so moving on, the next thing I want to do is to get, on this side there is an attachment, like a gather or a flake, something there. All right, so what we need to do there is And honestly speaking, for short collar, for jackets generally, I promise you, you don't need to do bustier or how about all those curves, because it's really not necessary. Sometimes you want to open your jacket and imagine a curve. It's going to now, it's going to look funny, sha. So, but going on, we want to get we want to, it's a princess cut, so we want to get that, a princess cut, we want to get that in here. Also, want to find a way to connect the flay back to the nipple to nipple. All right, so the nipple to nipple for this person, like I said, I'm just using the one in my head, is 7. So 7 divided by 2 is 3.5. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm just gonna connect it. And on this point, what I usually do for to get my armpit dart, this is an armpit dart. Some people call it princess dart or princess cut. So I'll get the midpoint for here. I'll get the midpoint using this line. Using this line, I'll get the midpoint. I'm very sure that most of us know how to do this. Okay, so I've gotten the midpoint. I'll get it here as well, and then get the midpoint from this curve. I'll get the midpoint from this curve. Okay, from my curve, I'm going to get the midpoint. I think it's somewhere here, somewhere here. All right, so the first thing I want to do is extend this one this way. Like I said, honestly speaking, you don't necessarily need to have um a bust here like to go, but if you want to, just to make it look more feminine, you go in from this line by half of an inch and just connect like this. Okay, you want it to be very very minimal. Okay, just to give it that sweet look. Okay, and just connect it. Sorry, I'm using my free hand. I just want this to be very fast. My network is bad. The network around here is terrible. So the next thing I want to do is on this point now. This is a dart. See, we're taking a dart so that this place will not have bulge. So that's why it's called armpit dart, or some people call it princess cut, but I like to call it an armpit dart. Okay, so on this point now, I'm going to find a way to extend it and connect it back. Okay, extend and connect it back. Then here, let's see if it has the same amount. If it doesn't have the same amount, of course it doesn't have the same. This place is shorter. I'm going to go out by what I need and then extend it. Now connect this way. Okay, just join it this way. All right, so basically that is what it is about this one. All right, and yeah, this is it. So now on this part, I said this place now they cut out something so that they can add gathers of teflon. So that's what we'll do here. Is either use the exact waist point or you get the half length. Usually if you're using the half length, usually like 2 inches, 3 inches, 1.5, depending on what you want, or the shape of your clients will now be dependent on the kind of the amount you will take, whether you're going to use the exact waist point or you're going to use half length, and to know the amount to subtract from the waist point. So for me here, I'm going to do 1.5, and what I'm just going to do is using my curved ruler, I'm just going to connect back to the, I'm just going to connect back this way like this. All right, and then this place will be cut out. You can use your slash and spread method on this side, or you can cut a flay and attach, or a straight gathers and attach. Okay, so this is basically what it is. Now let's cut out. I'm talking very fast because my network in this environment is not good. I don't know if it's a general thing, but I'm trying to make it snappy. Right, so now we are cutting out. We're cutting out. Okay, we're cutting out. Let me stand up. All right, so I'll cut out this. Okay, cut out this. Please don't forget to um I hope one still hearing. Please don't forget to replace this dart. Like I said, because it's a feminine body, you just want to have that. That's very important. Okay, so just don't forget to replace that. I did my unfold, but like I said earlier, you don't need that. So to replace that, what I have here is halving. So just find a way to add that and continue. When you're cutting on your fabric, you add your allowance. That's your seam allowance. Okay. So yeah, we have this. This is the side pieces. This is the side pieces here, and this whole this whole place is the center front. The slope. Please, when doing this one, find a way to like make it curve. Okay, find a way to like make it curve. Let's take this out. Let's take this out so that we know what we have. Remove the excess from our, yeah. Okay, and this one too. So this is that. We don't need to replace this one. Alright, so this is what we have.